Okay, the final thing I want to talk about today is how do you come up with the product or service you want to sell? You may know that you want to be at the market, but you just don't know what to make. I would encourage you to figure out what the market wants. So I'm gonna tell you something that's kind of cold, hard fact, okay? And this sounds harsh, but please understand it's not. The market buys what the market wants. So this is where there's an entire field of study called market research, where they identify what does the market want, so that then businesses can make products to fulfill that need or solve that problem. What I would encourage you as parents and kids, junior makers, what I would encourage you to do is ask yourself a few questions. The first question is, what would I be willing to buy as a gift for someone else? And when I say buy, I mean actually give money away to get a thing to give as a gift. What would you want to give somebody as a gift? Can you make that thing? If you can make that thing, or if you can make the product that you'd be willing to buy, you might be onto something, because you are a market of one. If you would pay money, chances are somebody else would pay money. But something that I would encourage you to do, parents and kids, make sure you don't overvalue this thing that you're talking about, because if you paint on a popsicle stick and you say, this is beautiful art, it's worth $20 per popsicle stick, chances are the market will not bear that out. They will not pay you $20 for a painted popsicle stick. Unless they will. That's just it. The market will buy what the market will buy. That's part of the hard thing about running a business. You don't know until you know. So I would encourage you to ask friends, hey, would you be willing to buy this? How much would you pay for this? And see what they say. And if they're willing to actually give you money for it, then you know you're onto something. People will be really nice to you and say they'll buy something without ever pulling their wallet out and actually giving you cash. Kids, I would also encourage you to ask people who are not your loved ones, not your family, because your family loves you and they'll give you money that you probably don't deserve. So to be realistic, to get a stranger to buy a product that you've made, you got to know, is it something they want? How do you know? You ask people. What do you want? Another question you can ask yourself is, what do you know how to make? Or what can you learn how to make online before the event? I talked about popsicle sticks. Maybe airplanes, or maybe you can make a model airplane or something out of popsicle sticks and sell those. Maybe you can make, it's Christmas time, maybe you can make ornaments for trees, or you can make gift wrapping paper. I don't know. But you think about what you can make and then decide, would you be willing to buy it? Okay, those are two good questions to ask yourself when determining what the product is. Another question that's really critical is, as you're thinking about the products you want to make, really ask yourself, who wants this? Because if you can define who wants it, you might make decisions about how you make it, maybe the colors you choose, the size you choose. So for example, if you know the person who wants this thing is a 70-year-old grandpa, okay, that's your audience, then you probably wouldn't paint it pink, right? Think about who's ultimately going to buy this thing and let that inform some of your decisions in the design and the thing that you're making. It's important that you understand who your customer is before you make your product, so you can make it for that customer. Okay, I'm not going to go into any more of that. I just wanted to give you guys this quick update, tell you a little bit about how we're going to change things up at Junior Makers Market this year, and give you some tips on how you can decide what products or services you might want to make. So I hope this has been helpful. I look forward to seeing your registrations come in. And folks in Live Oak and Lake City in the area, homeschoolers, you guys are great candidates for this, because you got time, and typically your parents are a little more offbeat and willing to encourage some kind of entrepreneurial efforts. But it's not open to just homeschoolers. It's anyone who's 18 or younger. You're welcome to participate. We'd love to have you in this year's Junior Makers Market.